Hi guys, welcome to today's reading vlog. This is a very exciting reading vlog and a very fun reading vlog because it's a little bit different than normal, because if you can't tell, I am not in my room, which is where most of my reading vlogs take place. I am currently in England. I'm currently in the Yorkshire Dales. As you guys probably already know, I'm in the UK. This UK trip has been very much talked about for a very long time, and I've been posting it all over Instagram. Anyway, I'm currently in England. I'll be in the UK for the next week, a little bit over a week. I wanted to do a what I'm reading while I'm on this vacation holiday, whatever you want to call it. I'm just very excited for this reading vlog. We're staying with family. If you've watched my vlog that I'm doing of this trip, you already know the rundown of what we're doing on this trip. So go watch the actual vlog of this trip, so this just makes a little bit more sense. I am very excited for this reading vlog because, again, I just feel like it's a change up. I'm always reading just in my room, and right now I'm in the prettiest room I've ever seen in my entire life. It's very, very happy to be here. This is the perfect, like the UK is just the perfect place to read. The leaves are changing outside. There's a nice breeze. It's like 50 something degrees out. Like, it is so beautiful here, and it is the perfect weather to read in. So with that being said, the first book that I'll be reading in this video, and probably the book that I'll be reading throughout the trip, I might start some books here and there. And I say might, I definitely will be starting some books here and there. I'm currently in the middle of reading A Conjuring of Light. This is the third book to the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, and I actually bought this book in London. This vlog, I think, is also going to be a bookish type vlog as well. So whenever I'm book shopping, I'll include the clips of me book shopping, because I will be doing a lot in Edinburgh, and I've done a little bit in London already. So with that being said, let's jump back to Sunday of me book shopping in London. Hi, welcome back. I wish that I got more B-roll and just more clips of the Waterstones, because the Waterstones I went into is the biggest Waterstones in the world. I don't think it's the biggest bookshop in the world. I'm pretty sure the Barnes in New York City is, but the Waterstones felt 10 times bigger than the Barnes in New York City. Like, there were so many more books in that one. So I don't know which one is, but I just know that the Waterstones is the biggest Waterstones. But that bookstore was so packed, and I was very much on a mission to buy some books and find the books that I wanted. I didn't get that many clips inside of the Waterstones. And then the next store that I went to was Hatchard's, and I absolutely loved that place. Staircase in the middle of the store was just absolutely beautiful, and I was obsessed with that store. And then I really wanted to go to Daunt Books, but it was very much out of the way from where we were, and where we were the entire time we were there, including Saturday. And so I didn't get to go, but I was going to go yesterday morning, actually Monday morning. But I woke up and I was like, honestly, it's fine, because I still have the next week and a half to bookshop. I didn't end up going to Daunt Books, which was like the one bookstore that I really wanted to go to. But honestly, after book shopping on Sunday, I felt pretty fulfilled with my book shopping in London. I'm gonna give you guys a quick haul. Like I said, got The Conjuring of Light. This is the book that I'm currently reading. I'm already obsessed with it. But then I also got The Will of the Many. Let me show you kind of a close-up, because we obviously have different covers in the US that you probably couldn't really see. But this is actually my book club's book for October. I haven't started it, I don't know, but I did end up buying this book because it's my book club book for October. I feel like I should get it while I'm here. I don't know, I do really just love this cover. And I also got Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This was actually the first book that I grabbed in Waterstones, but also this was the book that I bought on a whim, because I do have a list of books to maybe get while I'm here, and this wasn't even considered, but I do really love this cover. One second. I'm obsessed with that cover. I don't know why. So I decided to get this because I am really, really, really loving A Darker Shade of Magic. I'm loving this series. So I decided to get Vicious. That's the next book of hers that I want to start. I got this here because I am currently reading it, and it won't match my other books that I have from A Darker Shade of Magic, it won't match the other two, but I'm totally fine with that because this is like a souvenir because this is the book that I'm currently reading while I'm here. And so if I do start any books, I will be buying them while I'm here. Now, like I said, it's a souvenir. And then I also got I got that bookmark from Hatchard's as well. She is stunning. I love that bookmark. Anyways, that's my quick little haul so far on this trip. But back to Conjuring of Light. Obviously, I have started this book. I'm currently on part 2. I'm only like 60, 70 pages in, and I've been listening to the audiobook and kind of reading it on my Kindle. My Kindle's back there. I honestly have not read that much on this trip. I've been listening to the audiobook here and there. Like I listened to a little bit on the plane, just a little bit. And I also listened to some of it on the train here yesterday. So I just have not gotten that far whatsoever. But so far, I am really liking this. I feel like it has the potential of being a 5-star potentially because I really, really like this series. But I'm going to go downstairs, get some breakfast, drink some coffee, and I want to read a little bit, I think, because it is just the perfect weather. So welcome to today's reading vlog, and let's go read. So I have not read that much, okay? I'm literally on, let's see, I'm on page 88. Yeah, we're getting through this slowly but surely, okay? I did listen to the audiobook a little bit this morning, so I don't have too much to say because yeah. But I will say, in this book, we finally have, like, a villain. There has been, like, a looming aspect of this entire series, I guess you could say, and now that looming part has become a legit thing, and oh my god, I am so excited to have a villain. I love how just the villain in this just gives villain. Like, I don't know how to describe it. That sounds so stupid, but like in fantasy books, yes, sure, there's like the bad guy and there's sometimes the villain, but like this is like quite literally a villain. No, I'm just really, really enjoying this so far. I mean, I'm only 88 pages in, but hopefully I'll be able to read some more today. I don't know. Maybe I should bring my Kindle with me because we do have a car ride. Possibly, but I am really, really liking this so far. I might start another book perchance. Possibly, but as of right now, I'm just reading Conjuring of Light, and I am enjoying my time. I'm really, really liking it so far. Hey guys, it is now later in the day, and I just took a shower, got cozy for the night, and while I was showering and getting ready, I did start an audiobook. I started a different audiobook. I'm really, really enjoying A Conjuring of Light, but I would like to finish a book on this trip, and that book I'm just kind of leisurely listening to / reading, and I kind of just want to start another book. So I did start A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, and this is also on Kindle Unlimited, but if I like it, then I'll probably just end up buying it when I'm in Edinburgh or tomorrow. I think I'll probably do some book shopping tomorrow. I'm not too sure, but this is based in, I don't know if it's based in Scotland, but it's based off of Scotland in like the Highland clans, I'm pretty sure. I have been absolutely eating up Outlander on Netflix, and so this is very much fulfilling that, like, I don't want to say void, but like whenever I can't watch the show, this is definitely giving me, like, you know, that Scottish feeling. I say that as I'm 15 minutes into the audiobook, mind you. So I'm literally on chapter 1, 15 minutes in, but I think I'm going to bring my Kindle downstairs. I don't think I'll be able to read anything because I think everyone's over right now, but I'm just gonna bring it downstairs because why not? I have a tea because I'm tired, and I'm pretty sure this is black tea, and I need some caffeine. I actually need to heat it up because it's been sitting here for 30 minutes. To bring my Kindle downstairs, like I said, so far, literally 15 minutes in, enjoying it 100%, and I just really wanted to start this book before I went to Scotland, before I went to Edinburgh, because I just need that feeling, you know, because A Darker Shade of Magic is set in London, and I in fact did not read that book while I was in London at all. Like, I literally listened to some of it on the plane, didn't listen to any of it when I was in London, and then as soon as we left London and went on the train, I listened to it on the train. So I haven't done a lick of reading that book while I was actually in the city that's based in. I need to open A River Enchanted. I did start reading Mate, actually. This is so hectic. I started reading Mate on the plane. Well, actually, I started listening to the audiobook 2 days before we left, and then I read some of it on the plane. I'm on page 43, so you might see me read some of that, who knows, but let me get to A River Enchanted because that's the one that I want to read right now. I'm gonna go downstairs and try to read a little bit. If I don't, then I will hopefully read before bed.
Departure. Alistair stood beside him on the shore, his hand on Jack's shoulder, dark as raven feathers, was bedraggled, a dull shade of grey.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to Edinburgh, Scotland. Literally could not be more excited right now. I woke up in Edinburgh and I actually cannot believe it. Me and Senior are leaving here by 8 because I want to go to Waterstones for opening. We do have tomorrow, like all day tomorrow for the most part, to do shopping, but it's going to be raining, and so I do want to get the books today so I'm not carrying them in the rain, you know? And I think Harvey, my cousin, wants to go to some bookstores with me because he's the only one that actually reads. I'm excited to have someone to bookshop with, and there are a few bookstores I want to go to today. Hi guys, so we are back in the flat apartment. This is our view. Like, what do you mean? It is stunning here. I'm absolutely obsessed. The Waterstones was actually insane. It was a madhouse. I didn't even get like a clip or really a picture. I mean, this is the picture that I got from the Waterstones this morning, but it was so busy. Like, everyone rushed to the window, and it wasn't even like the window hadn't cleared yet, and the lighting just wasn't great, so it didn't even look that great. A little bit of a reading update, actually. I also have a bit of a book haul. I ended up getting 2 books. First off, I totally did not need to get this, okay? Don't need to get any of these books, actually, but I got The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, and I'm really debating on getting the 3rd book, actually, like, bad. I'm so debating it because this is, like, shockingly enough, really floppy, and the font is like actually pretty huge. I'm not gonna lie. I did get The Well of Ascension. This is the 2nd book in Mistborn, and that is the book that I am currently on. I've read the 1st book in Mistborn, and I have not yet started The Well of Ascension, but I did want to buy it because I really, really like the UK editions of the series, and so I decided to get, like I said, the 2nd book. I honestly might end up getting the 3rd one, but who knows? Who knows? I don't think I will because I've already gotten 5 books. And I need to get one more. I still need to get Outlander. I'm hoping to get tomorrow, maybe, but I'm definitely getting it before we leave. I need to get Outlander while I'm in Scotland. But speaking of like a Scotland fantasy, we have A River Enchanted, which is the book that I am currently reading. And this is another book that I wanted to buy while I was here if I started it while I was here. I wasn't going to buy this book unless I was reading it while I was on this trip. Like, this is kind of like a, I don't know if memorabilia is the correct word, but this is like a souvenir, I guess, because I am currently reading it. Same thing with getting A Conjuring of Light, because even though I haven't really read it, I've been mostly locked into this. Anyway, so I got A River Enchanted, and I absolutely love this cover. I know the US cover is completely different, and I would get the 2nd book here, but that is just getting way too complicated. So we're just going to stick with this one. This is the issue, is that I have series that I'm buying and they won't match the rest of the books in the US, but I kind of don't really mind. Honestly, I kind of like that they stick out because, again, it kind of is like a time capsule of like what I was reading at the time that I bought that. Like with The Well of Ascension, I will be reading this probably very, very soon. This might be one of the next books that I read. Like, I want to get this because this will be the next book that I'm reading in this series. I don't know. A River Enchanted, I am currently reading it, so I obviously needed to buy it because also this edition is just stunning. It's just stunning. But I will, there's like one more bookshop that I want to go to. I don't know if I'll go tomorrow. I'll probably try to make it over there tomorrow, but we kind of just walked around a lot today, and so I just didn't feel like going today. So I'll probably end up going tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, you guys don't care because this is not that vlog right now. We are in the reading vlog. Like I said, I've done some more damage in A River Enchanted. The last time I spoke to you guys, I think I was on chapter 1. Let me find my place in this book really quick. Okay, so I found my spot. I'm on chapter 8. I'm on page 136. And I definitely will not be finishing this book on this trip. I mean, maybe I will, but I just haven't had like any time to read. So this is going to be a relatively short reading vlog, okay? This is just kind of a realistic what I read while I'm on vacation because I genuinely thought I was going to be going through books, but I guess I just didn't really take into account how little time I have to do that. But I'm about 25% of the way through, maybe 20% of the way through. And I actually, again, if you watched the vlog, you saw that I went to a like candlelit orchestra concert. Is that the best way to describe it? But it was like Coldplay and Ed Sheeran centered. They were just playing orchestra covered versions of Coldplay and Ed Sheeran. I don't know. But I actually was, I was sitting there it was actually in a cathedral. I was just sitting there in the cathedral reading on my phone. And like my brightness was all the way down. I had it on like dark mode. So my screen was black. Like you could not see. It was not distracting whatsoever. But it was quite literally the perfect reading ambiance. I wish that I took a video of me reading in there because that would have been, for one, a great part of this reading vlog because this reading vlog is literally just me like updating you guys on my books. There's quite literally no other footage. Anyways, it was just the perfect ambiance ever. I read about 2 chapters in there, I think. Maybe like a chapter and a half. And on the car ride yesterday, was that yesterday? Yeah, the car ride yesterday here was about 4 hours, and I listened to some of the audiobook in the car. I didn't listen to a lot of the audiobook, but I did listen to some of it in the car. So I guess that's where a decent of the dent that I've made came from, was from the car ride yesterday. But anyways, enough of the logistics. I am really, really enjoying this. I am so glad that I decided to read this book, and I'm so glad that I decided to just start this right before I came to Scotland, because it is just perfect. It is covering a bit of Scottish folklore, and I would actually like to buy a book based on Scottish folklore. That would be very interesting because I'm very, very interested in folklore, specifically Scottish folklore. And so anyways, it is obviously covering Scottish folklore. That is the fantasy part of this book. At least I think it is. I'm really seeing too much fantasy currently. I am really, really liking this book so far. Basically, this follows James. Is that his name? All I'm thinking is Jamie from... Oh, Jack, not James, because I'm thinking of Jamie Fraser from Outlander. I need to go to bed. We've gone to a few pubs today, and I need to go to bed. I'm really happy. But this follows Jack, and he went to university in the mainland, which I am picturing as Edinburgh. I am picturing the University of Edinburgh that he went to, and he is from the clans in the island. I'm picturing Isle of Skye, and they are talking about the clan, the rivalry clans, filling my Outlander itch that I have right now, because I cannot watch Outlander in the UK, and it's driving me crazy. It is driving me crazy. Anyways, so Jack went to university in the mainland, and then now he is back in the islands because he got this letter from one of the I don't know what you'd call him, but like the head of the clan? No, but he got a letter basically that you need to come back home. And so now he's home, and he's like really confused as to why the hell he's home. Basically, he gets called home because the people like need his help, I guess. And he went to the university to study music. And so I'm very interested to see how music comes into play, because I feel like it 100% will. Anyways, he gets summoned basically back into his homeland, and he is summoned because 3 girls, I don't know if it's just 3, but multiple girls or multiple lasses have gone missing, and they have no idea what happened to her. They think that spirits may have taken her. They think that fairies may have taken her. They do not know what happened to her, and they think that Jack can figure it out, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of a little splotchy. I will say that in the car, I was listening to the audiobook and I did fall asleep a couple times. Not for that long, but I was kind of dozing off quite a bit. So I feel like the explanation of I'm not very good at, because I was in fact falling asleep. Anyway, so he's called back because girls are going missing. So there's like that mystery aspect of it, which I really, really like. And then also, again, the folklore, and obviously it's based in Scotland. And I do really like Rebecca Ross. She wrote the Divine Rivals duology, and I really, really liked that. I will say not too much has happened in this. It's more so just a lot of, I don't want to say history being explained, but like history between characters are being explained, because our female main character, or who I assume is our female main character, she is on the back of the book. So she is in fact our female main character. They have a bit of a history, and she is the heiress to this clan. This book is kind of explaining it here and there, but a lot of this is like talked about in, I don't want to say past tense, but it is kind of describing what it was like before Jack left. I'm interested to get into the nitty gritty of this book, and yeah, so far I am really, really enjoying this. I don't know how much more. I'm not going to read any more tonight. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow morning. If I wake up before my alarm, I might just read, because I am really, really enjoying this. It's really putting me in the Scottish mood. But yeah, I don't know how much more I'm going to read. Maybe I'll listen to the audiobook, possibly, because I do like the audiobook because I have Scottish accent. So far, I am really, really liking it. Let me see if I can grab these. Yeah. So, yeah. I went book shopping today. I went to one bookstore. It's one of my cousin's favorite bookstores. And so we went there today. And I did a little bit of book shopping. So I gave you guys a haul on these 5. Yeah. On those 5 books. And today I did go book shopping again. I did have one more book that I wanted to get. And then there was also another book that was on my radar, and I also ended up getting it. Another book that I wanted to get was something on the Scottish folklore. Some sort of folklore book based obviously on Scotland, because I am very, very interested in Scottish folklore. And so that is one of the books I ended up getting. There were a few others I was looking at, but they were hardbacks, and I did not want to have to figure out how to like pack a hardback. Paperbacks obviously take up a lot less space. I was looking at a few hardbacks that were really, really pretty. I didn't film any of it, unfortunately. It was really, really busy in that bookstore, and so I got like a clip or 2 that I might include, just so it's not just me talking in this vlog. But I really got pretty much nothing because it was just so busy. It was a beautiful bookstore though. Back to the bookstore. It was absolutely stunning. It's an indie bookstore, so it's independently owned. Obviously, that's what an indie bookstore means. But it was huge. So it was 2 stories, which for an indie bookstore, crazy for one. 2 stories, and it was bigger than my Barnes, like at my house, which the Barnes by my house is not big at all. I've just never been to an indie bookstore that had this much of a selection, and I really, really wish that I got more footage in there. I really did. I'll insert some pictures here because I did take, I think one. I took like 1 picture, I think, actually, of this place. But it was just absolutely beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I ended up getting this book. I was looking at some others, but this one, like I said, it kind of, I honestly don't really know what it goes over. It just says, Scotland has one of the richest traditions of folklore in the world, and the country's greatest writers have been influenced by its abundance of customs, superstitions, ghost stories, and folk tales. This book explores the traditions of Scottish folklore, from gypsies and Arthurian legend, tales of magical beasts, demons, and witches, as well as lore associated with the natural world. Basically goes over the different folklore that is associated with different regions in the country. So I don't know, I just thought this would be really, really interesting. Book that I went there for, Outlander, and this book is hefty. I did not know this is just under 900 pages. Yeah, it doesn't look like that because A Conjuring of Light is thicker than this book, but the pages are so thin for this. Like, this is 320 pages right there. And that looks like 200 pages. It's actually crazy. This is so freaking heavy. Obviously, I decided to get this one because this one was the guaranteed book that I was buying in Scotland because, I mean, obviously. The last book that I got and the last book that I will be getting on this trip, I got Little Women, and I am very excited for this. I watched the movie for the first time literally a month ago, I think. Jake and I watched it, and I fell in love with it. I absolutely adored this movie. I don't know, I've never read classic literature, and so I feel like this is a good step into classic literature. I decided to get Little Women. I wanted the Penguin copy, actually, the only Penguin copy that they had. I actually had to climb up the ladder, which was terrifying because there are ladders in this bookstore. Like, it was actually the most beautiful place ever. I had to climb up this ladder to get to it, and it was on the top shelf, and so I had to climb up this ladder, and then I climbed down the ladder, and then I looked at the cover, and the cover was like kind of partially destroyed. So I was like, okay, cool, I can't get this because it was in not great condition. And so I was like looking around, I was like, maybe there's like another copy or something, because it was on the far right. And so I looked down and then I saw this book. And so I was like, okay, we're not going to get the Penguin copy, I guess. So I got this book, and I actually really, really like the cover of it. That is the last book of this haul, thank God. I really have no idea how this is all going to go into my suitcase. These are not going in my suitcase. These are going in my carry-on because these probably weigh 10 pounds by themselves, so this is not going in my suitcase, but I just have no idea how I'm gonna fit any of the stuff that I bought on this trip. Actually, I got so many souvenirs. Anyways, that is the end of the book haul portion of this video, I guess, because I've just been on and off book shopping for the past week and a half. I do not have any further reading updates as of right now. I will say we are going on a Highland bus tour tomorrow. It is a 12.5-hour bus tour, and we are going through the Highlands, obviously, and I plan on trying to listen to this book while we are on the tour. I won't be listening to a lot of it, probably because I'll probably be pretty locked into like the scenery and listening to the tour guide and everything like that, but I will try to listen to some of this because I just know that the scenery will just be perfection for this book. Hi guys, so I am obviously home now. I'm back from the UK, unfortunately. It is actually Friday, it's Halloween, it's October 31st, and I haven't chatted to you guys in a hot minute. I think the last thing of footage that I got was on the bus on Monday. I think that was the last bit that I got. So it's been a while since I've actually talked to you guys. I think it's been since Sunday night, but I obviously need to do a final reading update, and unfortunately, we are not finishing a book in this video. Crazy, I know. We did some book shopping in this video. We did a pretty decent haul in this video, and I am currently in the middle of 2 really, really good reads. So starting with A River Enchanted, I listened to the audiobook, part of the audiobook, on the bus on Monday on our like Highland bus tour. So I'm on chapter 14, and that means that I'm just under 50% of the way through. And so far I am liking it, but I'm just not super invested in the story. It's about solving the mystery of these missing girls, and now the folklore is getting more involved, and like the magic of this book is getting more involved. I am really, really liking, but again, I'm just not super duper invested, but I will be listening to the audiobook kind of on and off for the next week probably. For now, this is where I leave off with A River Enchanted. If you follow me on Goodreads or Fable, specifically Fable, I don't usually write my reviews on Goodreads, so if you follow me on Fable, then you would have seen my rating for this book. I think if I had to predict, it's gonna be like a 4-star, maybe 3.75. I'm not too sure. It's the last thing that I have to say on this book. And then as for A Conjuring Light, so for the past couple days, I've actually been listening to the audiobook. So I'm about 20 something or 30% of the way through. I'm on page 197, and I am really, really enjoying this book, like a lot. I think I actually might start a reading vlog next week, and this book will be included in that reading vlog. So keep an eye out for that, but so far I am really, really enjoying this book. But it is unfortunately the end of today's UK bookish reading vlog type deal we have going on. I visited some incredible bookshops that I'm still thinking about to this day. I am obsessed with the bookstores there, and I just had the best time at book shopping in the UK. You can see my stack over there, but I hope you guys enjoyed spending the bookish parts of my trip with me, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye.